Hello, friends. Welcome to episode one, The Lasso Effect. Believe, the sign that changed everything. I'm Rae Charles, and today we're talking about the leadership principle that quietly shapes every team and every culture belief. So let's begin. Why believe? Believe is the atmosphere of leadership. Before the strategy, before the systems, before the expectations, there's belief. It's like oxygen in a room. It's invisible, but everyone feels it when it's missing. In leadership, belief shapes three things: identity, who you believe you are as a leader; culture, what your team believes that the environment allows; and three, direction, what everyone believes is possible moving forward. When belief is present, people rise. When belief is absent, people retreat. So, what was the power of a sign? Well, one simple sign, a handwritten, imperfect, tape with intention, shifted the entire culture of a team. It didn't work because it was pretty, it worked because it was visible. A symbol of belief, even a humble one, can anchor an entire community. So, what is the leadership truth here? People follow what you show you believe, not what you say you believe. You can say all the right words, but your presence, your energy, your decisions, that's what people will trust. Belief shapes identity. Our identity as leaders grow from what we believe about ourselves. When you believe you bring value, your presence steadies. When you believe you can navigate uncertainty, your tone calms. When you believe you can rise, you stop shrinking. Identity is the soil leadership grows from, and belief shapes culture. Teams live inside the emotional climate created by their leader. Just like weather patterns, culture has a temperature. Hope warms room, doubt chills it, but belief regulates it. When leaders are grounded in belief, teams feel safe enough to contribute, take risks, and that moves them forward. Belief also shapes direction. It creates clarity, and the clarity is a compass. When leaders are clear, teams stop second guessing the journey. They move with confidence because they trust the direction. So it's like sailing. The boat doesn't move because the wind is strong, it moves because the captain knows where they're steering. Belief creates clarity, the clarity creates alignment, and that alignment then creates momentum. And there's psychology behind this, the psychology of belief. Belief doesn't just inspire, it stabilizes. It influences emotional safety, innovation, performance, communication, and trust. When people feel believed in, they expand. When they feel doubted, they contract. So let's look back. One question I encourage every leader to pause with is this: what does my team already believe about me without me saying a word? Because people interpret leadership through your tone, through your timing, and consistency long before they interpret language. So, some signs that a leader should notice: every healthy culture reveals itself in three ways. Energy shifts. When the atmosphere changes, something moved. Second, pattern breaks. Behavior always tells a story. If things have shifted and someone is not acting the same, there's something going on. And third, you should always be watching for emerging potential, small smart sparks that hint at future brilliance. People can get burnt out doing something that they do well but that they don't love. Great leaders read these signs the way that great coaches read the field. So pack up that belief toolkit. How do we lead with belief? It's not by grand speeches, but by these simple, steady practices. They're visible rituals, consistent presence, clear communication, and that repeated reinforcement of all of the above. It's less like fireworks and more like a lighthouse. It's steady, it's guiding, and it's unmistakable. So, here are the three questions to carry you into your week. One is, what do I believe about myself? Two, what do I believe about my team? And three, what beliefs need strengthening? These aren't just tactical questions, they're transformational. The mantra of the week is simple, but it's foundational. Belief shapes everything. It shapes how you respond, it shapes how others respond, and it shapes what can be possible. All right, so let's recap. Today we explored why belief is the foundation, how the believe sign became a cultural catalyst, how belief shapes identity, culture, and direction, the psychological power of that belief, and the practical tools that make belief visible. And moving into next week, we're going to see that next week we step into one of my favorite leadership conversations: curiosity over expertise. It's the reason adaptive leaders thrive in a changing world. And yes, it might challenge a few comfort zones out there. Thank you so much for being here for episode one of the Lasso Effect. Follow Epic Executive Strategy for weekly episodes, tools, and leadership insights. And remember, belief is something that you more than declare, it's something that you demonstrate. Belief shapes everything.